All right, greetings, welcome to the business development meeting. We have uh, 5 participants here so far. Myself, First Vice President. We have our President John here, Brother Langston, Sister Cicely, and Brother Malik. Thank you so much for your attendance today. We'll jump right in. Did you make me the co-host, President John? Share my screen.
I got you 1 second. Apologies. Should be good.
All right. All right. Oh, last week, I know I was letting you guys know that we were developing a site. One of the major focuses for this business development department was to build off the foundation that Marcus Garvey has already set, and in the 5-year plan, he asked us to develop a fund. So, in that foundation, this fund is uh, the goal is to be a catalyst to uh, create a funding platform for all of the different initiatives that we want to do in all of the different sectors. And we will show how this website could be a tool to help us galvanize funds and also track how those funds are being used as well. Um, and also, the third component is create an opportunity for members to gain funds as well. And we will discuss that uh, finally and get feedback from the membership. But first, I want to go through this tool here that I believe will benefit us. We talked about creating an investment group. This is what this platform is intended to be, an operational tool for our investment group. Join us. I think I'm going to change that to families investing as one. So as one family, I'm going to take the family off. But you have a immediately donation portal here. Make a donation. Together we can make a difference. Join us in creating an investment group based on unity and abundance. With your support, we can transform communities, empower families, and build a future where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. Thank you for your generous and commitment to making a lasting impact. And they are able to go in and put whatever amount they want, leave a note, or be a one-time investor or a monthly investor here. It gives us a little quick about the fund. A universal investor network. We are passionate about investing in our members, investing to help our members achieve their financial goals. Join our top-notch investment group today and gain access to exclusive events, expert advice, and a community of like-minded individuals. Okay. Our mission is to empower communities by investing in families. We believe that by providing families with necessary tools, education, and resources, we can help them become universal investors. This means that they will have the knowledge and skills to make informed financial decisions and build better for themselves and their communities. Of course, we know Universal came from Universal Negro Improvement Association. Our goal is to have a weekly event, Universal Investors informational event, where we are able to invite people to this event and introduce our goals and aims and the opportunity for them to join us. The goal is to have an annual conference each year. This is not a date, but just put something going on here just to be able to go over with you guys. Sunday, August 18th is not necessarily a date. But the goal is to have a community investment fund conference where we invite people to and show them what we're doing, and different workshops on the website. So it will have workshops. Again, these are just fillers for right now, just to kind of show you guys. But family trust investment workshop, we may have a credit development workshop, how to leverage debt workshop, different workshops. This is just showing you guys how the platform will look. People get in contact with us, and that's it for the homepage. Then we have an opportunity for different groups. Groups list. So we have different groups here that people will be able to join in. We have a real estate investors group, a business investors group, food and agriculture investors group, retail and manufacturers investors group, energy and technology investors group, logistics and transportation investors group, film and entertainment investors group, credit and banking, vacation and hospitality, holistic health, construction, logistics, communication and telecommunications, more. So they can come on the website, they can join the group. When they click on any of the groups, the group will have discussion board where we can, where we will be able to place different in investment initiatives that we will possibly be looking at in that field, or in that industry. I mean, they can also have, I have a section for exclusive member events. Each group can have their own events. That's where I think I did an event for this group here to just show. Yes, there we go. So each group can have different events that they have as well, media files, and then you can see other members who are in that group as well, who is like-minded, interested in that thing. So the goal was to be able to create a platform where we can diversify our investment portfolio and disseminate that, and have a place where other people who are like-minded in specific investment types can gather. I'm going to put this link to this and for everybody to kind of go through it. Also, of course, then we have plans and pricing here. This is what I really want to kind of get into. So the thought process is to charge $99 a year for individuals to join our investment group. Become a universal investor today. Get access to exclusive classes, exclusive events. Our members' favorite perks is shared equity and the overall value of our community. These are the things that we are hoping to offer with this one-time payment per year. The last and final thing with this payment, however, I mentioned that one of the goals is the opportunity to have it where members can make funds from this as well. So the thought process was to come up with a membership payment plan, payment structure where we could pay our members to recruit. The goal is for these funds, for this membership fee, to be used towards investments in different industries, but also most of the funds would be secured into creating products to where our members can also increase their credit and have authorized user accounts. So as the funds come in, we will put a portion of this membership fee towards secured cards that we could help our members increase their credit worthiness to help us go and get funds. But the goal is to have a payment structure here. I'm not sure if everybody can see it on my screen. For this $99 for if a person has a direct referral, which the motto is if everybody finds 10 people a week to come and join our investment group, then we will grow by 10 every week, 1 to 10, 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000. But the goal is to pay 20% to members as they share or what we're doing. That's a direct commission of 1980. And I was thinking about, this is a network marketing style approach, which means marketing to your network. Um, right now, a lot of people, a lot of millionaires have been made using network marketing. About small percent are Black. This marketing style is often times looked at as a pyramid scheme. We marketing to your network. But for me, I feel like the negative publicity around it can hinder a person from seeing how beautiful of a tool it is to be able to reverse those words and understand that we're marketing to our network. That's all it really is, helping them see the opportunity that we are involved in, which is raising money to invest in our community. So what makes it multi-level marketing is because that second level of indirect referral, that's in network marketing or multi-level marketing, you get a percentage of the referrals that the person that you brought in do bring in, kind of like a compound interest, but that extra 10%. So that person would get a 20%, and then you would get 10%. Um, then it goes down. It goes to 3 levels down to what is called an extended network referral, which is 5%. Going back to that 10%, it's $9.90, which is expected per referral. And then the third one is $4.95%, which is 5%. And an example of how we will be able to earn money by marketing what we're doing. If a member refers 10 people directly, they earn $198. If those 10 people each refer 5 people, the member earns an additional $495. It's off of 990 times 5. And then level 3, if those 50 people each refer 3 people, the member earns an additional $742. Total potential earnings equals $1,435.50. So the goal is to create a product where we can share what we're doing. And I believe that the greatest asset that is coveted after is always funds first. That's the most, and this goal is for us to be in the business of disseminating funds to the development of all of the assets that's going to enhance the quality of life of our membership. That's really the only business that Marcus Garvey discussed in the 5-year plan, was going out and developing a fund. And this infrastructure is hopefully one step closer to helping us do that. And I will open the floor for any questions. Back up the site.
I don't know if I missed it or not, but all I'm saying is membership to keep bringing other people in, and that's how we get paid, not for investing in assets.
So we have here, as funds come in, we will disseminate those funds to these different asset classes that you see on the screen. So you got the real estate, you got business, food and agriculture, retail and manufacturing, energy and technology, logistics and transportation, film entertainment, credit and banking, and many others. So right now what we have is a list of businesses that are Black businesses that are in each sector that would possibly be a um, form of investment that we could invest in and possibly partnership that would be targets. So the goal is to invest in different asset classes, but the first step we have to do is get the money to be able to invest. I've tried to make the list of businesses, small, medium, as large as you can see, just focusing on 3 in every industry as a target. But before we can invest in anything or any businesses or even development of our own businesses, we have to collect the funds. So that is definitely the goal, to invest in different businesses. For me personally, this is the list that I've been kind of creating of in every industry. The goal was to list some opportunities on this site based off of these, but more of, sorry about that, putting it in the groups that, hey, these are some opportunities that we have in this sector. So each group gives us an opportunity to make a post, So, but first we have to galvanize the people, galvanize the funds to be able to invest in anything.
And how much towards each industry, percentage wise?
So, what we have to have is a managing director for each industry, so which will be one of the next steps, is going to get people who are familiar with these industries, and that we have to have a budget of how much we think we need it based off of what's out there. So that is something that we could discuss if we want to have a set amount or equal allocation. But some industries take more to get more, some take less to get less, So that's my thought process behind it, that it shouldn't be set, but it should be based off of the managing director's budget that he sets based off of what he has seen in that industry and the driving costs.
I had a question and a thought as well.
Uh-huh.
Um, this sort of investment group approach, I think one thing that I feel like is missing
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like, it feels like it's devoid of connection to community in a little bit. It kind of feels like a top-down kind of economic approach, especially kind of the recruitment through membership, and kind of the discussion of, getting money to, put into this investment sort of machine. And I kind of haven't really heard how we're kind of doing something to directly benefit the community, or how this model and like us figuring out a way. Because I feel like if we're going to go to the community to ask them to put their money into something, that's already asking a lot of Black people, right? Because we don't all have $99 for a membership. But then in addition to that, I'm not seeing how a direct line to how this produces something that directly addresses one of the major kind of needs in the Black community. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out, I was trying to understand.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of feels like at one of the orientations of meetings we had, Garvey, we talked about kind of one of Garvey's approaches to business, and how it kind of talked about people kind of jump into the business idea without having the community kind of backing first and community base first, to make sure that the business idea also, like, directly addresses and uplifts them at the same time. So I know that in the 5-year plan, it has this investment fund idea, but I just don't know if I think that's the right place to start.
All right.
Um,
So that's a great question. And for me, one of the biggest hurdles in our community is, for me, is confidence. Uh, and that confidence is often rooted in having tools to be able to achieve what you're going to achieve. So, for me, in marketing this investment fund, um, one of the things that this fund is different is that it's a shared equity approach where members own equity in all that we purchase. They own equity in everything, even if they don't have a direct investment in that thing. By when they pay that membership, they're paying into everything that we invest in. So that goal for that is we want people to have a peace of mind that they can access capital they need to invest in their own endeavors. Because with that equity, we're creating also some of the classes, we're helping them develop their credit to be able to go get funded that they need also. And that's what I mean when I say that we're going to be creating secured products for those for through the membership fees that come in, because those secured products, members we would be able to put members on as authorized users to directly enhance their credit portfolio based off of the funds that we create.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying to practically walk through what you're saying. Um, and so I was just thinking like with the membership model, so like let's say I get me, my roommate, and my cousin, there's three of us right now.
right.
So let's say I get all of us to buy $99 membership.
Uh-huh.
So we pay that money into the fund. We're now members. So then what happens
So that's
next?
about
How does that
five
help?
hundred
Yeah.
dollars. Let's just say that's an average 5 people come together and put down that they y'all come together, y'all put up $500 in membership. 25% of that will go towards well, I'm sorry, 20% of that would go towards the payout to the person who the recruitment process. It's up that $25 that comes off of, I'm sorry, $35. So that remaining fees would be, we would take that and we would secure it by basically putting it into a secured credit card or whatever, and we would add that to you guys' credit portfolio. That would be the first step. What we do with all funds when they first come in is secure it so that that is the first perk that we add to all of our members that
That
they
makes
can.
sense. So I guess what I am not seeing still is how that I would want to see is kind of a step-by-step plan of how we get from that with the credit card that you mentioned.
Mhm.
How does that eventually get back to serving a need for, me and my cousin and my roommate? I think that's the kind
Well,
of
well,
thing that I
what
feel like I'm missing.
what need are you um need? Is it a need for community? Is it a need for financial development? Is it a need for financial literacy? What need?
It might be it might be like rent or
Right.
food or like a
Okay.
basic, because we're
Got you.
going to the community, right? Because our people
Gotcha.
are suffering from poverty. Once we're not in poverty, we can
Right.
do anything. So I think
Gotcha.
housing, food, and jobs are the main things that we need.
Gotcha.
And so, when I think
So how
about business, yeah, so go ahead.
how does this address housing? How does it address food? How does it address jobs? All
Mhm.
right, directly. So we are investing in housing. So that's why we have each of these groups. We are investing in food and agriculture. We are investing in businesses so that we can create jobs. I'm also we have this platform is specifically for raising the money, but let me just share more. Um, as far as daily activity, a another platform that the memberships will get access to is this one, the Universal Support System. So this, let me pull the website up. So Universal Support System is a job recruitment platform. Let me just come right here and go through. The University Negro Improvement Association, African Communities League, is on a mission to end joblessness within the Black community through cooperative economics. By promoting cooperation in business, UNIA-ACL Universal Support System is a thriving cooperative economic ecosystem that gives members access to mental, physical, spiritual, creative, social, and financial skills, quality jobs, investment opportunities, and financial security. Universal Support System is committed to global partners wherever Black people exist worldwide, fostering opportunities for members to travel, work, play, and create across the globe. The UNIA-ACL's ultimate goal is for members to have peace of mind that they are investing their time and energy into cooperative businesses that are investing right back into them. So this platform here, just to speed it up here, it gives the businesses the opportunity to find talent within our network, within our, and it gives members opportunity to find jobs. So this will be another platform that members have access to that directly affects their daily life, and all of our businesses that we invest in will be able to come here and find members who are interested in investing their time into their business as if they own a business, because that's what the overall goal is. So every business that we invest in will be kicking back to the fund. Therefore, members will have equity in the businesses that they are working for, because they have a partial ownership in those businesses.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are we talking about publicly traded companies?
I believe, and one of the reasons that I put on the list of possibly invest in businesses, small, medium, and large, in my opinion, we should invest in the small businesses within those sectors because they have a higher growth potential. And with the universal support system, if we offer our support to these businesses, they can have reduced labor costs and grow faster. So I did separate each industry into small, medium, and large businesses with
When you say offer our support, what do you mean by buying their stocks, or how are we gonna support them?
And so with these businesses that we all have ownership in, whenever you have a co-op, I'm not sure if anybody's involved in the co-op. Anybody ever been involved in a co-op on the call?
I'm working with a group that's doing a community land trust. I don't know if you would consider that in the co-op space, but
Well, they
and
have one.
Mhm.
They have one called Seven Nanda, right in Little.
I'm familiar with them, but not a partner. But go ahead.
Right. And Seven Nanda, they have it where members can come and volunteer their time and energy to work there. And that helps that business reduce their labor costs. So
That's a health food store, I think.
right, health food store.
Mhm.
With us having, the goal is for us to have equitable ownership in every business that we invest in, making that business a cooperative business for us. So the universal support system is designed for us to invest our human capital into businesses as well. So there'll be opportunities where members can go and volunteer in businesses that we own, and they will get Sevananda gives discounts to their members for doing so. And many cooperatives do that, but we will get dividends for our businesses because we have equitable ownership in them. That makes sense.
I'm still trying to. I just feel like even if I don't have a problem in theory with the model, I feel like I would need a really small scale example of this working, like finding one company, for example. Like I guess I'm not quite understanding. Yeah, it's just the model still isn't making sense to me, to be honest. Um,
I don't know.
Which part?
That's not making sense to me.
I guess it's
I got some questions, bro, Mason.
yeah, go
All right,
ahead.
please.
Just the from the all right. First thing, I mean, you know me, Black-owned businesses, I saw some of the names. Is it black-owned only, or is it open to just profitability?
Black owned.
Okay. Okay. That's the
First approach. That's the initial approach, at least.
That's the first question. And the second question was in regards to the membership approach. What is the yeah?
So okay, all right. So the membership approach is to get. All right. Thank you. Great question, President John. I guess the question is: this is a network of individuals who are becoming universal investors. How do you all become universal investors? That's the question that's on the table. What is a universal investor? Um, so a universal investor is a person who who leverages debt to invest in a collective approach. Most investors invest in a individual approach. Universal person is basically a person who invests in a collective approach. So when a person pays $99, how do they become a universal investor? What a universal investor is a person who has a 720 credit score and has a business in their name. So it is our goal to help each individual get not only a business in their name, but a family trust. So each individual comes, but there's steps to get there. Starting with first getting your credit, starting with first getting your business, eventually, and each person's business is an investor. So as we access capital from these banks, the goal is to invest that capital into buying assets that enhance the quality of life of the community. Simple definition: a universal investor leverages their credit and their debt to get funds to buy assets that enhance the community. So, whatever level you are when you come in, the goal is to have resources and tools to help you get to a point where you can assist us in acquiring capital, make those donations, and help us buy the assets we need. That's going to enhance the quality of life of us all. So it's kind of a simple approach.
I'm still kind of feeling instead of a fund, if you have like an investment group. That way,
that's what it is. It's an investment group. What's the difference that you see?
Well, a group to me is different because a group's gonna have people who want to invest, and then people are gonna be. I mean, if you want to, set up a trust for each of those members, that's fine, you know. And then, then we just have to define how the fund's gonna work in terms of longevity and posterity and their next generation or what have you. But I'm thinking that let's say you got 10 people in a credit worthy spot, and I'll just use real estate as an example, but it doesn't have to be. And then, each person, let's say we identify some companies or stocks or whatever, and we said, okay, this is how much we need from each person. Now let's say it's $1,000. So here we are, we have 10 people who are credit worthy, who have access to some capital. So now we got 10 grand. And then once there's a profit, each person is paid in proportion to what they invest. And then of course, people are making money, people will continue to reinvest, and then you'll continue to add to the membership. But just to get people to donate to a fund, I don't know if that's gonna go over great. I mean, we're open, we can experiment, but I don't know. I'm thinking that if you have that simpler approach, more members are gonna want to come in. But to me, the approach of asking for donation, I don't know if the donation thing works, because we have people who are members. We have 500 people in our database that are members, and they won't even pay for that. But not to say they won't you know, I don't know. I'm just feeling that we have to get people who really want to invest, and then who understands that they don't have to necessarily go try to rob the bank and use their own money, but each individual can be an entity who have access to a certain amount of capital. And the
Yes.
example I gave before was like 10 people, but imagine if it's 100 people and they each have access to $1,000. Just smart, just keep the burden low on each individual. And then we have it set up so that, you know, it can be done responsibly where that's being paid off, or in a house situation, you buy that house, you fix it up, you flip it, each person pay off their 1,000 and get ready for the next investment. I think that's easier to, the other way seems up in the air, like you don't know when you're gonna make profit. It's kind of, there's certain approaches that
So,
you make profit not overnight, but
so, so the profit
you
is
can
not the
have a
goal.
plan to the profit, and you know
So,
what
so
to.
I would say profit is not the goal here. Profit is not the goal. Um,
But keep in mind also, while you make a profit, you have a certain percentage that's going to the UNIA. The UNIA is going to be our opportunity to write off certain things. And then the UNIA is going to be involved in the community, like the various things you're talking about, like the soup kitchens, like the stuff from like the charitable stuff. So I think that that's kind of how I'm envisioning it. That's not to say that, you know, none of the other stuff is good. It's all good. At the end of the, if I have, 10 members, then I could say, well, that we have a small investment group and it's getting bigger every day. And last month, each of our members profited $1,000. That's gonna be an incentive to get folks on. They're gonna be like, wow, something's working, and they want to do it. But I don't know. I mean, am I like confusing or is it making sense?
so,
Be honest. I don't mind.
no, for me,
That's Mhm.
uh, I feel like, um, um, so we have to be solution based as an organization. Um, and I feel like although, profit is a goal, um, so like we have to really understand, gross domestic product as a people, and leveraging assets. Um, Fiat capital
Profit.
is go ahead.
I
No,
was just gonna say, if you're gonna talk about economics and you're not talking about profit, then what's the point?
so
You know what I mean?
We have to
yeah,
talk about profit because our people are in poverty. We need
so
to be making
Right.
money so we can do things to get ourselves out of that
right,
situation.
and
Well,
and, and
I do have something on that, but go ahead, brother. Mages.
yeah, I got some on that too. So for me, I feel like, our people have what I call a poverty mindset, and I feel like, there's an educational component that will be involved in this. And the mindset is to get people to, the goal for me is to get people in the mindset that they are investors. And with that being in mind, as an investor, you have to have something. So there is a strategic approach to help people understand that they have something. Number one, they have their human capital, their skills, their time and intelligence that, um Bryce Marble talk about all the time, and but out of DC, I can't think of his name. But my main focus is to get our people to understand how much wealth we have in our human capital and our ability to build assets, to build the things that we need for our daily life. If we get access to we can build planes, we can build houses, we can build everything that we have. So the end goal for our economy is to have one that's not built on fiat, that's built on the understanding of our true worth, and our reliance in ourselves. That we don't have to. U.S. dollar is not our only and currency that we're focused on.
But
Go ahead,
with what
President.
you're saying,
Mhm.
we're not fueling this engine with human capital. We're fueling it with financial capital, with the investment of $99 from the members. And so if that's what we need in order to get this thing to run, I think that is a hard sell to people who don't just have a poverty mindset, but are in poverty, who are in real poverty.
Right,
Um, and I do
right,
think, and so I think it was Diane, what she said was making sense to me. That sounded more reasonable because it's something that has a tangible, I'm not saying it's a quick turnaround, but there's a tangible, more immediate benefit that says, hey, if we can get something together, we can make a quick profit to begin immediately helping get our people out of survival mode. And then as that investment group grows and we make more profit and get more and people get into a situation where they can actually get out of survival mode and invest more, then we have more resources for programming and things of that nature. But at least that makes sense in my mind. I'm still confused on this model, if I'm being honest.
right. So the one
Macy,
thing about the $99 though is that I put in here where members can set their payment date when they have it, and they can join today. That's the one thing about that. It's not about the $99 at all. That is it was put there as a tool for members to make money. That's all really the main focus of that. But this is here in place where they can push it out because that's not what it's about. I wanted to make it where nobody would have any hindrance in joining because they don't have the money. So that just speaks to that one part right there. Y'all just see that.
yeah,
They can
briefly,
push it out.
in regards to the original statements, not to say I agree with everything that Brother Macius has presented. I have some questions as well, but my general approach in regards to ROI, that's what we're talking about, return on investment. Uh, and we're talking about it in two different categories, short term and long term.
Mhm.
I think as Brother Macias said, the mindset of our people is more of a short term, what's in it for me? What can I get if I put this $100 now? What will I get back and when? Which is valid. The other side of it, I would say, is long term. And that has been my push, my approach is a small percentage or small amount continuously over a certain amount of time. I just, in history, when I look at history and when I look at what we've been up against, again, I understand our immediate needs for immediate funds right now. But as a people, I challenge if we haven't always had that mentality. And I know that the short term mentality never beats the long term mentality in the long term. So my approach has just been more so the long term and black owned, which may not be the most profitable, but that's partly why we're here.
We can do both. We can have stuff that brings short-term profit
So
or shorter term and some stuff that's more long-term. We can have a mix.
I'm with you. I'm with you into that. Like I said, bro, Macy, is that the question of, and I think Brother Langston brought forth the question. I don't know if it was clearly answered, but what happens with that $100? Person gives forth that $100. What do they expect? And how long should it take for them to expect anything?
so uh the $100 is for services. It's for education and it's for the development of a person financial situation. So we will have services like credit development services. We have educational classes, financial literacy classes. I have an outline for one I'm trying to pull up here. I'm putting together a class on how to leverage debt to buy cash flowing businesses. That's one of the classes that I already have put together here. So it will be a class on how to utilize funds to invest in all the different assets that we have. So education will be the number one thing. Financial literacy education, investment education is what this platform will have on it. It's one of the main things that you get, because I feel like we have to re-educate ourselves when it comes to funds and finances. But the main access is you get equity in everything that we own. Our credit is your credit, basically. That's where we're going to be promoting to people. Co-signing services when trying to get loans. As we grow, they grow. That's really what they get. They get shared equity in what we do by becoming a member. And you can take your time and grow one business or two businesses, or you can have a joint ownership in 144,000 businesses, which is what we plan on getting to. Many businesses, so you can have access in all of those. So this $100 gets you in the door, gives you to it's a commitment, a small one, I think, once a year. We have so many different subscriptions to our cable, phone, everything else. This one commitment is helping us raise funds, but also giving you opportunity to make funds as well by finding members who are interested in putting $99. I would say this though, when we're talking about numbers. If me as a person goes out and gets 10 people tomorrow to pay $99, what's that? $1,000. And then if those 10 people go out and find 10 people each, that's 1,000 people. 1,000 times 99. If those 100 people go and tell 10 people each, all they gotta go and get, each one gets 10. Then that's already 1,000 people that's giving us $99. The growth rate is fast if we approach it from a point where we're just trying to raise money to invest in our community, and we could definitely focus on each individual. We can definitely focus on each individual investment and market those approaches as well, and we will definitely make sure that we have individual investments to speak to when we are speaking to prospective clients. That's one of the reasons why I was trying to get a list of those of a business in every sector that we could possibly invest in to show that, hey, we are, looking at opportunities with this fund to find businesses that we can grow. So those businesses that we invest in, you'll have ownership in all of them, and that's the main thing that $99 gives. It's your commitment to equitable ownership, because you have equitable ownership in this fund.
Hold on. But so Cecily, that's a good question. Who do we have the financial expert that be teaching this stuff?
I am a financial expert.
All right. Okay.
And then it's not a person on the planet that know more about the fiat dollar than yours truly. How it was created, why it was created, the purpose of it, and we will have the most thriving economy on the planet and the most successful businesses out there. Y'all lucky to have me.
So I
question.
still feel like my question sort of remains, because I see what you, so me and I got 5 people. We paid our $99 each. So now we have access to these classes. We have equitable investment and all the things that, the fund has put money into. But, I'm okay. So I'm living paycheck to paycheck now, and I need $1,000 because I had an emergency. Can I use?
Yes, sir.
How does the fund help me
So
with something like
that's
that?
The major goal of our fund. One thing about our fund, how it can help you personally, is that we invest directly into people. As well. It's our goal to help you, and since you are now one of our members, to set up your family trust, and we can invest directly into your family trust. With as long as you have the intention to invest into different businesses, grow different businesses. What we want is our members to open up more businesses for us to be able.
So I'm trying to follow. I'm trying to follow because as a member, I'm still one of our Black people in the United States who are in poverty, right? So I'm not trying to start a business. Maybe I am, but
Let me
I
ask you
have
a question. me ask you a
So
question, like before you continue. Why are you in poverty?
because of structural racism and oppression that I was born into.
What is wrong with the structure?
Where we going with this?
Where's this? Because what we have to understand is the structure that keeps us in poverty.
But
And because
Yes.
we don't understand that structure, we believe that the structure is there, but it's not.
so we
The
go.
only structure is there that keeps us in
Hold on.
poverty is access to information.
That's a big major shift in discussion from a economic proposal to
Yes. So what I'm trying to get
of
to is,
why
in order
Black
for
Americans
this,
don't have fun.
yes. So I'll be quiet after this.
No,
What I'm
please don't. Please don't. That's not. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well then,
You're having great
Macy's,
questions.
we got to stay on topic, bro.
Okay.
yes. So I'm just saying, with this model, we ask people who mostly don't have expendable income and are to pay $99 to get access to classes, is what I
So
heard from you.
yes, sir. So this model, economics in itself is we're building an economy. Our main focus of our economy right now is mental shift, paradigm shift on how we see economics. The main focus of this program is to get people to see themselves as universal investors coming together to invest. So the first thing the first thing that you get that I'm going to start doing starting next week is having classes every week. We're going to start. They're going to start having financial literacy classes. So that is the most important part that you get because we have to shift our mindset because without confidence we're twice defeated. So I need for everybody to get their confidence up. I'm not in poverty, and
This is my last comment.
that's a very important question for me and concern, and that's the shift of our shift to that, President John. That's what it's all about. It's all about our mindset. So
I understand the importance of
the
the
goal was
mindset.
to show.
That's so
The
if
goal was
that's kind of why from the very first thing we had, I mentioned that we should expose ourselves to people like Claude Anderson, his view on economics and all that. That's why I brought that up from way back, but not everybody seemed to have been open to
nah.
that.
I
Like Claude
understand that.
Anderson is a master,
So I
and
am like my daddy. Like I know Powernomics like it's you know what I'm saying.
I guess
Um
what I was hoping to hear, and this is truly my last comment, I was hoping to hear that maybe we pool our money together from membership or who have you, so that we build up the resources to get an investment, like a property, for example, using just an example of real estate, to then be able to have a property that we can use to address a major need for our people.
that's what we're
Whether
doing.
so you didn't. I didn't hear that bridge. I heard classes. I didn't see how that connection. I didn't see how we got there.
I went back to the groups, but like I said that we're going to be investing in asset classes in this. We're going to invest in housing. We're going to invest in food. We're going to be investing in clothing. We're
I
going to be
see.
investing in farms. So all the things that we're investing in and the existing companies that we're investing in is so that our members we can enhance the quality of life of our members. That's the main specific goal. What's going to enhance the quality of life is having access to what you need for a quality of life. That is the main focus. That's what we all need, right? Access to the things that we need for quality of life. The only way for us to have direct access to that way is not impeded upon is to have ownership in it. Anytime someone else owns it, we don't our access level changes. So the reason that the goal is to raise funds to develop businesses that we can have direct ownership in so that we can have that access, so that we can create that communal house, that retail store. Um, there's so many bridges to this thing that sometimes I don't want to go all the way into them, Brother Langston, but I
I
definitely,
see. I understand. I understand what you're
definitely didn't
saying.
miss it. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So in addition to that, all of our businesses that we invest in will offer credit to our members to where you will be able to access their product that they created without having to have the equitable credit score, that the FICO, all that. So it definitely runs pretty deep. The rabbit hole. the goal is for us to build an economy. For me, an economy is a system for people to connect their energy together. So it's about energy. It's about us. I'm gonna stay on top, but that's covered, Brother Langston. I promise you.
Brother Macy's quick. Have you taught classes before, personally?
Yes, President John.
How many times? And when? Recent? When was the most recent?
It was years ago. Well, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize, President John. I'm teaching class right now. I number one, I teach Bible study every Tuesday. And number two, I'm opening the community resource center here in Jacksonville, right next to our church, and I'm teaching a financial fitness class on Fridays. I just started teaching, so I'll be teaching that class.
Okay, and were you in referencing that you would need a salary to teach the information that you have as opposed to what we've done in the past?
Say again?
Were you referencing that you would need a salary to teach the information that you have?
I don't remember.
In regard
I don't
to
remember.
the
I don't
membership.
remember referencing that. I don't remember referencing that, President John.
So this is
I
something
don't
that you,
remember missing a salary.
okay. So okay, this is something you've had but haven't shared with us.
What do you mean? Financial literacy education?
Yes,
I speak about it all the time. I mean,
all the time.
I speak about it all the time. But like I said earlier on the call before, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
And we haven't been ready.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're not already ready right now. That's what it seems like.
All right, those are my questions. Yeah, those are my questions.
So the goal is for us to learn how to become investors, and that's what I'm offering to teach us how to all become investors right now. In that process, we'll be learning about credit. We'll be learning about leveraging credit. We'll be learning about gross domestic product. We'll learn about a lot of different things. But we have to, as a community, up our financial knowledge. Because we have to learn how to access those structures that you're talking about, that we're talking about, that we are oppressed against. There are many people who know how to get around those structures. So it's our job to learn.
Are
Go
the
ahead.
businesses that we looked at publicly traded businesses?
Which ones? The ones that I listed?
Well, the whole list. If they're
No.
black-owned business, are they black-owned publicly traded businesses?
Some of the small ones that I listed aren't publicly traded yet, and that's what it's in my opinion that those are the ones that we should approach and invest in, that we could grow together with, and they have the highest potential for return on investment.
Right, but their mindset is not for groups to invest in their companies. Publicly traded companies are already set up for that.
Well, when you approach anybody, you have to approach them as an authority when you trying to sell them anything. And of course, we here to shift mindset. We have to shift our whole community mindset. We are all a victim of capitalism, and we have to shift that for our businesses and our people. In my opinion. But Langston, I know you got another question, man. You can't do that.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. Do you think we could get a list of Black companies first who might be interested in the idea while or even before we get membership funds?
Wow, I would say. That's one of the works that we have to do. The goal is for us as the executive body to be grandfathered in, not have to pay any membership fee, and let's all get to work. I think Sister Diane is very adamant, is excited about real estate, so maybe you should come on to be the real estate investment, the manager director. Brother Malik, I heard you mention biz buy sale. So we need somebody who's gonna focusing on business investment. So we need people to fall in place. President John, you already on the stocks already, so let's all come together and make this thing work by everybody finding the role to find the things that we can invest in. I'm not sure what you're interested in, Brother Langston, but it's me. I'm just trying to bring solutions long term though. I'm a long term thinker though. Like it's hard for me to just do short term. I gotta admit, it's very difficult. President John, what you got?
Uh, the where the 100 is going is still my thing. I mean,
Like we could do it for free. I mean, we just do a donation base. You know, like I said, the main reason for the 100 is to create incentive for us to go out and find people to invest. You know, that's immediate $1,500 that I showed y'all right there that y'all can go grab if you're in poverty by just convincing people that this fund that these funds are going towards developing the community.
that would be
So
one of my biggest things. Let's the number in general, take the number off. For those that don't have it, they can still support, they can still be a part of it. For those that do have it, they can get more than $100. When we talk about what Garvey promoted a sense of charity and to each what they could do. So some people could do more than 100, some people may not be able to do 100. That would be my thing.
I
that's
get.
what. That,
Sorry, go ahead.
now I was gonna say that has played my mind for years in imagining this thing, because for me it's so not about the money that I'm like, do I charge? Should we charge? Should we charge? That question been going in my mind back and forth for years. So me, I like free too, President. I'm with you, President John. Make a donation base. That was great feedback. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Next step.
I was just gonna say I would probably be in Diane's real estate group if we found roles, and I would be interested to I'd get 5 people to give $1,000 to put towards an investment towards a property or something. But I guess I want to see still how for that particular investment group, us acquiring that property, helps us manifest the vision of Garvey. So I feel like there has to be some simultaneous strategizing and planning, while also balancing the investment work. Um, but yeah, I think just finding a way to start putting some ideas into practice or put some tangible actors on the table, would make me, yeah, I think that seems like a potential next step.
The way I was thinking of it is, hypothetically, we find an investment and the profit is 10,000 or 20,000 that we're going to split amongst the members. Then we put a percentage to the UNIA, and that's going to be money that we can write off, and that's going to be money that UNIA can put into the community to do various things. That's just, of course, all of it would have to be defined, but that was like a simplistic view of how I was thinking about it.
So just to simplify this thing, so when somebody joins, and I'm in a real estate group, I want to do real estate. I'm not sharing my screen anymore. I thought I was sharing my screen still. But this thing I introduced, this website, this platform, is just I'm gonna walk you through it better than talk. So when somebody joins, and they're going to be able to come on here, and they should be able to come in and go to the group and go to the real estate group, and then see where, when you see that property that you see, Sister Diane, for 10,000, you can come in here into the group, and then you can put it into the chat. Basically, every group has a group. To see that event. So the goal is to have it that simple, where each group will have what they are investing in. Only reason that we have more is because the long-term approach as a government, we have to be focused on all industries and all sectors. So it's still the same approach where we'll be finding individual investments to invest in as a group. This is a platform for us to put it there and see it there and be able to see each other, see the members, and create conversations and make it where it's a long-term structure, to where it's just not something that we're talking about and they can just put it in. You know, you can put each one in here. That makes sense.
I missed some of it. But I do have a question on the financial aspect of when we say 100 was too much, but then we say 1,000 up to 10,000 is feasible. That's a little bit confusion on where our people are financially.
Are you asking her to explain that? I mean, I didn't know.
I think he's talking about OPM. That's why it's feasible. But
No. OPM?
Other people money?
Oh.
No. Yeah. I think in your example you gave 10,000, Sister Diane. I think that's what you're talking about, right, President John?
Yeah, I think Sister Diane said 10,000. Brother Langston may have did 1,000 per person, but
yeah,
that's a different realm from 100. And I guess I
agree.
But hold on, to the mindset of, that's why we were asking what happens with that 100. We're saying that 100 goes towards education, whereas the 1,000 or 10,000 would be a turnaround investment.
The 100 doesn't go towards education. It goes for shared equity in all of the businesses that we own. Once you become a member and you pay the membership, you have equity in all of them.
Okay, I don't know if that was communicated, but we don't have a specific. You have some that's not confirmed as to which businesses that would include.
So let's say 10 years, a year from now, so we've already flipped all the different properties. We have businesses that are giving us 30%. The 30% goes to a fund. So when you are a beneficiary of that fund, you have what's called I can think of the name of it. You have an operation agreement of that fund, and you can list how those members benefit. One of the things that's going to be in the benefits for our members is that they get to share in the equity of our businesses and the credit worthiness of the entire fund. So the fund has an 800 credit score. We're backing every member immediately when they join us. If they need a house right now, the fund is your credit partner right now immediately. If you need a car, the fund is your credit partner because you have equitable ownership into the entire fund. That's what the 99 gets you. But additionally, we're going to be having educational classes to get people to the mindset that they're investors now.
I understand the concept, but again, the specific businesses,
we don't have any yet.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. We haven't identified the businesses.
Right. So this is what we would call Schedule A fund. This is right now you are investing in the ground floor of the company.
It ain't nothing to invest in. We ain't got no businesses.
You are investing in the future valuation of the company.
That would be a good first step. Trying to look into some
business. How do you get business if you don't have no money?
Potential ones.
There are businesses.
You sell the pitch, and that's even how
we would have to solicit businesses.
So the same pitch you're doing to solicit businesses, you can pitch to people about what we're doing, how we growing money. It's all about pitching. Marcus Garvey said, "Go pitch the fact that we raising money." We had no business already that he was talking about. That fund he was talking about where he raising money was for future businesses.
Yes, but there was a vision, sold with that request for funds.
Say again.
There was a vision with that request for funds.
What's missing in that vision and this vision?
A tangible action within that vision.
What I'm saying, his business just say we're going to invest in businesses. I'm saying the same thing.
But the tangible action is saying, here is a list. For example, we have reached out to these 3 businesses who we're in communication with.
That's not what he said.
We have no businesses.
That's not what he said, though. When he went out there, he didn't say we in that 5-year plan. He doesn't have a list of businesses that he's given us.
Well, we're talking about what makes sense for. We can't just do everything step by step like was done in the past, because we're not in the past. We're in a different situation and we're using the past as a blueprint. But for the logic for what we're talking about now, it seems like the logical next step would be for us to begin getting in communication with businesses and other investment opportunities to see what's out there and to see if this idea can actually work. That's how we can really sell this, not only to them and whet their palate for it, but sell it, the idea, to a membership to invest in something that is tangible. Without it, it's
Yeah.
just an idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the businesses that Mr. Garvey approached. And that was the argument, was that by contributing to this fund, we could have more of our people support that particular business.
Okay.
But whether that's I don't, there's small businesses. I mean, we got a lot of small businesses, restaurants, but I'm trying to think big businesses like TV One. Um, if we can approach TV One with that concept, as well as approaching our people with that concept of everyone supporting this business, and not only this business, but these other businesses that are a part of this
So,
portfolio.
so let me ask y'all this question. How does supporting Black-owned businesses right now benefit the Black community?
It doesn't.
It provides jobs.
Well, through jobs.
I like your answer, for real, Langston, because that's the real truth. It really doesn't. Like, we had the Buy Black movement. These businesses, what it really benefits is the business owners. That's what really benefits. So what we're doing is
Those
we're
are Black
changing.
people.
So our goal for this is to put you, Mr. Member, in the position of business owner. That's our goal. So you can have a direct benefit from the business that you invest in.
I like stock publicly traded business because they have to be accountable and they have to live up to the expectations of their stockholders and stuff like that. When we just go out there and we could solicit 100 businesses, but how do we know they're gonna be accountable and be transparent with their profit margins and their balance sheets and all that? When you're publicly traded, you have to do all of that.
That's
So
true.
that's going to be another challenge.
But that's, man, we got to understand. I don't know exactly what we're talking about at this point. Again, I mean, the 5-year plan doesn't consist of just investment. It is a sum that can be contributed over a period of time. So, companies' profitability, that's separate from the specifics of the 5-year plan. What we've been talking about and what Brother Mason has been mentioning is an evolution of the 5-year plan that could consist of investing in long-term investing, in my opinion.
That's basically evolution. That's great. That's really the goal. That was the goal. The evolutionizing to make it where it was tangible. So the goal was to have the 5-year plan basically, and to have these groups now where we're showing people that we're going to be investing in these industries right here. And that's the purpose of the groups. That we're going to be investing in real estate. We're going to be investing in entertainment. And the goal is to list some companies. I do agree that we should have some tangible. And that was the goal of me making that list prior to even on this call. Make sure let y'all know that I was on that same thought process of having a list of businesses in each sector that we're going after right now. I haven't gone after them yet, but the goal is to go after businesses that will commit to giving that 30% back to the fund. So, I do feel like us creating a cooperative model where we have a membership list will be a selling point for those businesses that we can leverage. But that membership list can grow without them having to pay a fee. But I do think that the people is the true what we truly want is the people to come on board. How we got to do it with or without the 99, but that's the goal though. That makes sense.
So what's the next sort of action step? Because I feel like
But
I hear
the,
yeah, go ahead.
the next action step would be for us to number one, take the site live, for us to join the site, each and every one of us, join each group and figure out which group that you want to find equitable investments in, or put those investment that you see on the discussion board for that group, the cost of it, how much it is, and then continue to recruit members to join too, uh, who want to put up toward that investment. So it could be that same model that Sister Diane is using when y'all put it on that board. So I'm gonna change it to. I mean, it's like I said, that $99 you can put it off to however long on that site. So it's kind of free right now, honestly. So when y'all join, I can go in there and change it, take it off, whatever. But that step of going to get businesses, put them on the discussion board, and creating a platform where people can come and see what we're trying to invest in is the next step.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I don't know if President John and Diane and other folks feel differently, but I think that sounds like going to find some investment opportunities and some businesses who would be interested and make this idea practically feasible. Let me know if y'all feel differently.
Two things, Brother Mason. First,
Yes,
assets. I'm gonna keep saying that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a goal for us to join and then go and find assets for us to invest in the category that you're interested in.
Wait. I thought for months we've been saying we can do both at the same time. We can identify the assets while we are organizing. Are you saying we have to organize first and then find the assets?
No, I'm saying join the site here. Go and identify the assets that you think are worthy investments for the asset class industry that we want to invest in. Put that in that group on the discussion board, and then galvanize members to invest in that asset that you identified.
All right, that sounds crazy.
What do you mean? What's different? What you say? I don't understand.
Let me in regards to the 5-year plan, you got me reading. I got to make sure we on point. 193, page 193, it says the establishment of the different enterprises which would help find employment for Negroes, and the profit of which will go to help the organization to carry out its nationalistic program. But a fundamental component of it is creating sustaining enterprises specifically for the employment of our people.
Yes, sir. Well, I showed y'all the site, the Universal Support System, which is an employment site.
I don't think that model adequately aligns with the vision that was just read.
Yeah, it's an evolution of a style of employment. But one of the things that I would ask Garvey to involve his thought process in is that it is for our people to be employees, the goal for our people. Should we not have a goal for our people to be owners? Is the question that I would ask Garvey if I saw him today.
Yes, and let's be real. Let's be real. If he was here you can ask. Can we all be owners?
Not all of us want to be owners.
I'm showing you a model where we all can be owners.
Interesting. So
the goal is for us to be out of poverty, though, not to all be owners. The goal is for all of us to be out of poverty. Some of us will be owners, and not all of us can be owners, and not all of us want to be.
That's two different things we're saying. Brother Mason's is saying something different.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm saying we all could have equitable ownership. We have a mindset that we own something. And I think that mindset that we own something, and the fact that our books can say that we own something, you don't have to work it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing in this model. You don't have to work it to be an owner. A person who owns stock, he owns that business because he owns some stock in that business.
He owns a piece of it, but
right.
Come on now, he don't get he's not at the board meeting.
I mean, he should be. He can be
with less than 1%.
I mean, but that's why our program is so much of an evolution, because everybody has equal ownership.
Okay.
We're all beneficiaries of all the businesses, of the equity in all the businesses that we have.
But the concept
And
of no workers or no, I mean, I don't like no
I didn't say that nobody's going to be employed.
no
The
employees.
goal,
You did say
yeah,
no employees. I said somebody got to work. Somebody got to be the owner. And
my question was, is that the goal for our people to be employees? Not that they shouldn't be. I never said they shouldn't be. I asked Garvey, is that the goal for them to be employees or owners? Because for me, the goal for our people should be for them to be able to afford to work their passion. And the only way for them to be able to afford to work their passion is most of the time to have passive income. So if we are able to create a way where people have a passive income and people don't have to be employees, just go get a job, they can now work their passion because they have equitable ownership in all the other industries that we have.
Sister Cecily has a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, I've been listening to the discussion, and in regards to the ownership thing, is lack of ownership what's keeping us in poverty? Because I heard Langston say, we're in poverty, we can't afford blah, 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 dot, dot, dot. But then when Brother Omasius comes and says, be an owner, and then you say, well, not everybody wants to be an owner. Well, what's going to take you to the next level other than ownership? Like, what's going to bring out of the poverty other than ownership? I don't know. Am I confused? Do I make sense?
Hold on, Sister Cecily.
Great question.
Hold on, Sister Cecily. Let me be clear. I'm speaking of a black nation, all black. So in that nation, in that body, in that family, you're going to have parents and children. You're going to have overseers that know what need to be done, and then you're going to have those that going to have to do what needs to be done. Somebody's going to have to clean that toilet every once in a while. So I'm just saying, in a all black body, even all throughout the history of Africa, there have been the owners, rulers, whatever you want to call it, and there's been the working class. I'm just saying that dynamic seems to be a constant in history. And if
right, I agree with you 100%, President John, that has been dynamic in history. So what we're doing is changing history. Because we see it's not working. It doesn't work. There's always rebellion in the system that's set up that way, where there's parents and there's children. There's a hierarchical level of a class that runs everything. I believe that those classes become that way because they don't necessarily have the education or the capacity to raise their constituents in their society up to know that they are gods, to know that they're creators, to know that.
Let me stop you right there. The person that teaches society that they have that ability, is that person deemed a little bit better or greater than, or on a higher pedestal than those around them?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Is that a class system already?
It's my opinion that the system teaches, not a person. A system that we in capitalism.
Hold on, bro. If we're not talking about people doing things, I don't know what we're talking about. Because
what I'm saying is, people learn by example, President John. People learn by what they see. They learn by what's around them. They learn how to operate within an environment.
But there's always a puppeteer.
I agree with you, President John. But do you agree that people learn from their environment though as well?
There's someone that creates the environment.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's our job to create an environment. And for me, who I believe that I am an environmental creator, I'm a system developer. That's my job down here. I don't see myself as better than anybody, even though I'm a system developer.
But you can be a teacher to a class of people and educate them on things that they don't know.
But the goal for me is to get each person to unlock what's within them.
I was just asking a question.
Your question was,
in that position, they will look to you as a provider of information that they don't have.
I understand what you're saying, President John, and how a hierarchy is created. Okay. But I'm just saying that I feel like the most equitable thing that we could teach people, and the environment that we're creating is an environment of a bar of equilibrium where everybody is the same, and not because of who knows more, but because we all have to participate in a system that works together with every component. So as we teach people the mindset and first we start with identity education, because most people don't understand their true identity. You know, that has to be a major component in this re-education of ourselves. So when we understand, the second component is understanding the fact that we are a whole. So the identity individual, then the second right behind that, you have to identify it as a part of the whole. And when I passed the fraternity, they would say we are 14 parts of a whole. We are all individuals. And I think that education, the fact that the person who gives the doctor his coffee being equally as important. We're raising the fact that we are a system of people working together to create an experience for each other every day. So it's a different form of education that we have to introduce to not go on the same path that the other generation before us has went down.
One is not more important than the other.
Let me
but they
just
have
say this,
different
Brother
roles
Langston. Brother Langston, let me just say this. You got it. What you just said again is an example of a class system. By being a member of a different class, by being a member of Omega Psi Phi Incorporated, you have access, or you're privy to a different level of information that automatically puts you in a different realm and separates you from the concept of the circle that you presented. That's all I wanted to say.
But what's the point? I'm not saying that classes don't exist. I never said that. And it seems like that's what you feel like I said or defended against. My thing is not that classes don't exist. It's to understand how, even though classes exist, how we still have a bar equilibrium.
Yeah, but are you saying that they should not exist? As if everybody doesn't pursue the same,
What I'm saying is we can create an environment where they don't consciously exist. Consciously.
I understand the future idea, but as of right now, today's reality.
No, I'm not, but we're not building for today's reality.
For themselves, and some people that are content with what could be considered lesser for themselves.
No, we should be building for today's reality. It's our job to create a new environment for our people.
Okay.
It's our duty, to create new for our people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All I was saying, I agree with what y'all are saying, and I see myself as an environment builder too. And in that new environment, there will be different roles and responsibilities. And so some people will take on more responsibilities than other. And there's some people will sit in the role of a quote unquote owner, while others might sit in the role of a quote unquote renter or whatever. But, I think we're saying the same thing, that all of those roles and responsibilities are needed for us to get out of poverty, and to have everyone live out their passions. But I think we're saying the same things. And I was just trying to circle back to the action steps for our next meeting, at least, because I know we've been on for a while.
I guess what I kind of want us to grasp is that right now we have so many welfare systems that's out there right now that you can go and get access to resources right now. You may not know them all, but they're out there. So our people, the lack of resources that we believe, I think it's a mindset. So I feel, in my opinion, the first thing our people need is a mindset shift, more than they need more resources, because they're already out there. But it's the mindset that our people don't. This is a
business group, though, right?
For me, business is mental. Business is 100% mental.
Powernomics.
Yes.
So we want to read Powernomics next class?
Let's do it. Let's read Powernomics next week.
All right.
Powernomics in our business meeting.
Is that a whole book, or is that a specific chapter, or?
Well, Malik, he's speaking. He spoke all day.
Go ahead.
You're talking about Powernomics, but Black Labor, White Wealth is actually the book 1. Powernomics is book 2.
I have all 5. We could start with Black Labor, White Wealth. That's the whole mindset reading.
Now,
Dr.
I would
Claude
argue
Anderson.
to counter Brother Mason's point, this is a study of how we got to where we are today that we're getting ready to embark on, correct? Not just
It's how we can get out of it. Dr.
Yeah,
Claude
that's
Anderson
where
has a
black
whole
labor,
Yeah,
plan.
white wealth comes in. That's the problem, and the empowernomics is the solution.
and he basically saying
so
the
we're
same
not going
thing.
to study the history of how black and white wealth disparity got to where it is.
Oh yeah, he gives you a good history, but he gets into a solution, which makes a big difference.
I understand. I was just acknowledging that we were going to study the history.
Yes, we're going to start with black labor, white wealth.
All
How
right,
much
so
of
that's
that
the
needs to be
mindset.
read by next week?
Yes, we are reading on our own by next week to come to discuss black labor, white wealth here. We're reading it prior, and we come here to discuss.
All right.
Specific question was how much though, Brother Mace? We doing a chapter?
Yeah.
I don't know how long the book is or how it's broken up, but I don't know.
I be eating books, so I don't know we gonna eat it. That's what I was hoping. That's but because I audio book a lot, so
book and then
that helps me out. That helped me get them done fast. I audio, and I get them done. I'll be in
It's
the
not
car a
an
lot too.
audible, but it would be great if it was. But we just have to read the physical book, I guess.
Yeah. Well, a chapter. Let me see. You got it in front of you, Diane. How many chapters is it in the total book? Black Labor, White Wealth.
Let me get it real quick. 1 sec.
Could we do more than one? I just want to get it done.
Yeah. Chapter. I thought you meant book.
So I mean, I guess we all just can read as many as possible that we can read. Whoever, I mean, everybody. We want, as they say, put a number on it. Limit anybody to a number, or we'll discuss what we can in the book.
Sounds good to me. I haven't been this excited to read in a minute. This got spicy today. This was good.
Very good. I appreciate that's the whole goal. My whole goal. I love getting beat
It's
up.
9 chapters.
9 chapters.
Yeah.
Can we swallow it, guys?
Yeah,
Can we knock all 9 out?
I got
Yes.
more little dirty secrets. I got the whole series.
I just want to move forward,
Yeah, we need to actually get back on to
Yeah,
the
this is really good
Garvey
stuff.
library as well, because that ain't but 100 for the whole library.
Well, you mean pay $100 to get access to all the books? What you saying?
Yeah, his Dr. Claw's whole little library is only $100.
Yeah, it's like 99 bucks. I got the whole thing.
Yeah, I did the same thing. The
Mm-hmm.
little video and all that.
Mm-hmm. Black labor, white wealth, powernomics.
So,
More
Brother Malik,
dirty.
how you feel about the approach right now with this investment group thing? Yeah, Brother Malik,
What you say?
I said, how you feel about the whole investment group thing?
I'm not sure because y'all derailed a while back.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
All right. Well, I'll send out the link in the chat for the site. Change it to free. Do you feel like it's a platform for us to place our investments on, President John?
Wait, what's this?
The idea of each one of us finding investments and placing them in the group on the site.
Oh, I don't see a problem with that. I don't know what site specifically. You talking about the site you just showed?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
So
see a problem.
just a platform for us to organize each investment group that we have and keep track of the investments that we're looking at currently. And
Can I be added to the group chat? I can drop my number in the chat.
if you can handle that, President John, add him to the group chat.
For the executive body.
I thought you were talking about a different group chat. My bad.
That
No,
is
no,
the group chat I was talking about. So I realized you're not in there. So
I don't need to be in the executive body. I just want to get the link. So I thought there was a group chat for this group.
no, we maybe we should get one for this group, people who are specifically in this group, but I don't know.
Brother, yeah,
I think that's something
Never
we need to
mind.
look
You didn't
into.
mean to share that with us. My bad. I misheard.
No, you're right.
Brother Mason, you've been doing a good
What's it,
job.
President John?
You've been doing a good job promoting this meeting. So keep that up.
All right, definitely will. All right, Brother Langston, I'll make sure you get the link, Brother Langston, future president of your own division.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much.
All right, it's 9:46. I'll be like 8 to 9. I'll be trying. It never happens, but I appreciate everybody's feedback, and I'm hoping that we all continue to sacrifice our time for our people. We're gonna close out with the motto. I move to close. Anybody have any other comments?
Second that.
All right. If there's no unreadiness, we're gonna move to close.
Great job, Brother Mason.
All right. Thanks, President John. All right. Put your black right fist in the air. I mean, I hope everybody got black right fist, but I don't know why I say that. Repeat after me. Put your right fist in the air. You have a flag, face your flag. One God.
One God.
One God.
One aim.
One
aim.
One destiny.
One
destiny.
Africa.
Africa.
For the Africans.
For the
Africans.
Those at home.
Those at home.
And those abroad.
And
those abroad.
Race first, family.
Race first.
Good night, y'all.
One love.
One love.